Getting a tax refund is not the flex that you think it is. So I want you to imagine something. You walk into your favorite coffee shop and you buy your favorite $5 coffee and you hand the barista a $20 bill. And they hand you the coffee and they say, oh, I'm going to keep this $15. Thank you. And you do that every single day for a year. And then in April the next year, you go to that same coffee shop and the barista hands you back your refund and say, oh, you should be so grateful that I'm giving you back your money. Would that make you grateful? Would that make you feel like, oh, I'm so lucky? No, you'd be like, that's my money. That you took too much of it and that is my money. You're giving me back what you owe me. That's not a gift. But that is exactly what the government is doing. They take too much of your money throughout the whole year and they hold on to it, but in April they give it back to you like it's some sort of gift. Basically, a tax refund is exactly what it says it is. It is a refund. It is basically the government giving you back your own money because it took too much of it. So let's just say you get $3,000 as a tax refund every year. So that's $3,000 extra dollars that the government took too much of. So let's just say that was still in your paycheck. So if we divide $3,000 by 12 months, you would have had an extra $250 every month in order to spend. And just imagine what you could have done with that money. That could have just given you more breathing room in your budget to have $250 extra dollars each month. Or you could have put that money towards your debt, or you could have invested that money. That could have been $3,000 you could have been investing the whole year instead of the government holding on to it. So I'm going to play devil's advocate here for a second. So I have heard people say that, well, I know that getting a big refund check isn't good. It's like an interest-free loan to the government. But honestly, if the money was in my paycheck, I would have just spent it anyways. So it's good that they took it out and now I get a big refund check. And I kind of understand that thought process, but not really, because all you have to do is set up an automated transfer from your checking account into your savings account, and that money could be automatically sent to your savings account where you also could not spend it. So I wouldn't use that excuse that, oh, well, I would have spent the money anyways. Well, first of all, we need to be more disciplined. I mean, nobody's going to care more about your money than you do. So I say all this to say you should not aim to get a big refund check in April. Now, you also don't want to owe taxes, but you don't want a big refund check either. So you want, really, when you do your taxes, you want to owe $0. And that means that you didn't pay a penny more or a penny less than you owe to the government. So how do you get your tax refund to zero? Well, you have to adjust your tax withholdings. So the first thing you want to do is to take a look at your pay stubs and just see how much of federal taxes are being taken out. And if you're getting a large tax refund check, then most likely the government is taking way too much out of your paychecks. The next thing you want to do is to use the IRS withholding estimator. And basically what that is a free tool the IRS offers where it'll tell you exactly how much taxes should be withheld from your paycheck based on your income, your filing status, and any dependents that you have. So I'll leave a link to the withholding estimator down in the description below, and you could just play around with it and see what should be withheld from your paychecks. So once you know exactly what should be withheld from your paychecks, then you have to update your W-4 form. And this is with your employer. So it is a form that you fill out and it tells your employer exactly how much taxes to take from your paycheck. And this is a great practice to put in place if you are getting a big refund check. Just go in and adjust your withholdings with your W-4 form, give it to your employer, and it'll feel like you got a little raise even though you didn't. You're just keeping more of your money. So instead of giving the government this big interest-free loan, you need to adjust your withholdings and keep more of your money in your pocket so you can use it how you want to. Okay, with all that being said, if you did get a big refund check this year, you know what to do for next year. We're going to adjust those withholdings. But if you did get a big refund check, let's talk about what to do with that money. So the first thing I want you to do is to boost your emergency fund. It is so important to have an emergency fund because you never know what's going to happen in life. You could lose your job. There could be a medical emergency. There could just be your car breaking down, and you don't want to have to depend on debt in order to cover these unexpected expenses. So go ahead and boost up your emergency fund just so you can have some peace of mind to know that if anything happens, you're covered. Typically, it's said that you should have between 3 to 6 months of living expenses as an emergency fund. So you can go by that. But honestly, I think it depends on your stage of life. So if you are in your 20s, you're single, you have no kids, you have a stable job, then you can be closer to that 3-month mark, or maybe even less. But if you are, in your mid 30s, 40s, or 50s, and you have children, that you're taking care of and dependents, and if you lost your job, it would be, pretty disruptive in your life, then I would go towards the 6 months emergency fund mark. The second thing that I want you to do is to pay down your debt. So whether that be your high interest debt like your credit cards, your car loans, your student loans, I want you to get this debt out of your life, because you cannot build true wealth while you still have debt hanging on your neck. And I know that it just seems like the worst thing in the world to use your refund check to pay down debt, because it just feels like, well, I'm never going to get out of this debt anyway, so I might as well have fun with this money. When am I ever going to get, $1,000 or $2,000 lump sum again? So I want to use this money for fun. I don't want to use it for something boring like paying down debt. And I totally understand that. I really do. I know that it's, not the fun choice to use your refund check to pay down your debt, but it's the wisest choice. The third thing I want you to do is to start investing. So if you have got your emergency fund taken care of, you've paid down your debt, now it's time to start really building your wealth. So you can do that by contributing to a Roth IRA, a 401k. I want you to obviously be investing in that with your employer. But also I want you to open up just a taxable brokerage account. And this could be with Vanguard, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, wherever you would prefer. But that is just a taxable account where you can just start investing in different ETFs and index funds. So either of these accounts, I want you to start investing. And it doesn't have to be that your whole refund check. Just take even, $100 or something, but just start investing. And I want you to make this consistent. So your investing should be every single month. If you can afford it in your budget, this should be something consistent that you do. The fourth thing I want you to do with your tax refund is to start a business. So if you have your emergency fund figured out, if you got your debt paid down, you've already started investing, why don't we start getting, ideas about how to make extra money? So if you have a passion or a skill that you're really interested in pursuing and investing in, then use this refund check in order to fund this business, whether it be buying equipment for the business, maybe you want to form an LLC, or is there any sort of license that you need? All of these things contribute to building a business. And the fifth thing that you can do with your tax refund is to learn a skill. So if you want to start a business, but you say, well, I don't really have a skill, I don't know what I would start a business doing, then learn a skill. This needs to be a skill that you can tie a job to. Like there's a job listing right now that's needing this skill. Those are the type of skills that you want to learn. So whether that be coding, or whether that be AI modeling for businesses, or it could be becoming a real estate agent, or becoming a UX UI designer. Those are going to be in demand a lot more. So learning a skill is always, always, always the best investment that you can make in yourself, because ultimately you are your greatest asset. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. Be sure to click the link in the description to look at the withholding estimator and see if there needs to be an adjustment for you to get a bigger paycheck. And also be sure to use your tax refund to invest in your greatest asset, which is you. And if you enjoy conversations like this, then click this video right here where we can keep the conversation going. And I'll see you there.